Hello everyone. Today I'm going to build a site-to-site VPN between two checkpoint appliances. For that I built a lab with a checkpoint on the left-hand side, a Windows computer behind it, the internal network behind the checkpoint appliance is 10330/24. On the right-hand side we have another checkpoint appliance, again with a Windows computer behind it, and the internal network on the right-hand side is 10220/24. The goal of this lab is to establish a VPN connectivity between these two checkpoint appliances so the 10330 network can communicate with the 10220 network. So let's get started. Okay, to start the configuration of this VPN tunnel, I'm going to connect to Smart Console. On the checkpoint gateway on the left-hand side of the topology. As you can see, the host name of this checkpoint on the left-hand side is Richmond Hill, CP Richmond Hill. The IP address is 183, and I have a local network, internal network of 10330/24. The first thing that I'm going to do is to create a new gateway for the other side of the tunnel, and I'm going to select more, and this will be an externally managed VPN gateway. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to say is host name is cp_von. The IP address is 192.168.0.182. I'm going to enable IPsec VPN on that gateway as well. Under topology, I'm going to create a new internal network for there. I'm going to say internal, and the IP address of that interface will be 10.2.2.200 with a network mask of 255.255.255.0. Okay, and nothing else in here. Good. Next, I'm going to create a network object for the remote internal network. So I'm going to say new network, and I'm going to say cp_von internal network, and I'm going to give it the subnet, which is 10.2.2.0 with a network mask of 255.255.255.0. Nothing else in here. The next step would be to create a VPN community. And I'm going to select Mesh Community. I'm going to give it a name, Checkpoint VPN Community. Let me spell it correctly. Checkpoint VPN Community. And I'm going to add my two gateways, the local gateway and the remote gateway. In here, I have to define the VPN domain for each of them. For the local network, I'm going to say the LAN network participates on this VPN community. And for the remote network is the network object that we just created, which is cp_von internal network. Okay. In the encryption screen, we can make changes to these parameters. IKE Security Association phase 1 and phase 2. I'm going to leave everything default. I'm going to go to share secret, and I'm going to select share secret for this gateway. Okay, And I'm gonna say, let me save just to make sure I put the right thing in here. Okay. And then, okay. Checkpoint recommends to use something, a longer string. I'm okay with what I have. This is a lab, so we don't care much about that. Okay, so we created a remote gateway, remote local network, and a VPN community. Next step would be to create a security policy. First, let me publish and save the changes. Install policy to save the changes that I've done so far. So I'm going to install policy on my gateway. The next step would be to create a security policy. So I'm going to go to security policies, and right above the cleanup rule, I don't have any configuration here, but above the cleanup rule, I'm going to create a new rule, and I'm going to give it a name, checkpoint VPN. Checkpoint VPN. And under the source, I'm going to add the LAN network. So all the traffic that is coming from LAN or from CP1 internal network with a destination of CP1 internal network and LAN. Okay. Under VPN, I'm going to say specific VPN communities, and I want this VPN, the security rule to apply to this checkpoint VPN community that we just created a minute ago. Under services, I'm going to select any because this is a lab, but in real life, you can define the ports that you want to allow on this security rule. The action, I will say accept. I want to log this traffic, and I want to install this policy on CP Richmond Hill. This gateway. So I'm going to say install policy, publish and install, and I'm going to install it. The policy was installed successfully. Good. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and do the same configuration on the second checkpoint appliance. Okay. I just created the configuration on the second checkpoint gateway. Let's take a look how it looks like. So it is this one here in Vaughan on the right hand side of the topology. This looks like this. Internal network is 10.2.2.0/24, and I created the gateway for the remote site, which is the Richmond Hill router. I created the network for the remote site, which is Richmond Hill internal network, and then the VPN community, checkpoint VPN community, which is similar to the other gateway, exactly the same shared secret. Okay. And the security policy, which is exactly the same as the other side of the VPN tunnel. Now, to validate the VPN, that VPN is working, we can do several things. We can go under logs and monitor. Under the firewall logs, we should see some traffic being encrypted, decrypted. Let's see. We can see traffic from this box. Let me select the Blade VPN to filter VPN only, and this is the one. So from, let's see, from where to where. So yeah, it's going from origin CP1. The blade that logged this traffic is the VPN blade. Access rule name is the checkpoint VPN rule. And we see this traffic was encrypted in the community. So it looks like everything works. We have ping going. This, for instance, this computer. As we can see, this computer has an IP address 10.10.10.2220, and I'm pinging 10.33.30 on the other side of the VPN tunnel, and it works. Okay. Next, I'm going to check something else. Under logs and monitor, I'm going to go to tunnel and user monitor. And in here, let's take a look at the tunnels. It says here on the IPsec VPN, we have one tunnel. We can see more details if we click in here. We can see all kind of stats, encrypted traffic, and we can go to tunnel zone community. I'm going to select my community, which is Checkpoint VPN community. And as we can see, our tunnel, CP1 to CP Richmond Hill router, it is up. So if we double click on here, it says the tunnel is up. Peer IP is 183, source IP is 182, the box that I'm connected to. If we look at more details, we can show more columns. Let's hide some columns that we don't need here. Okay. So we can see from CP1 Richmond Hill to CP Richmond Hill 1, the VPN status is up. Checkpoint VPN community is the community that we're using for this VPN tunnel. The peer IP is 183, my source IP is 182. All is nice and green. Another thing that we can do is to check in CLI and Cliche on these appliances to see what is the status of the VPN tunnel. We can do that with application VPN TU. And here we have a bunch of options. I'm going to say 1 to show me all IKE security associations. And sure enough, I have 1 to 182. If I select 2, I can also see all IPsec security association. So the tunnel is up, ping is working, we can see it up and running, and that concludes this lab. Everything has been configured, checkpoint to checkpoint, VPN, site to site.